In today's video, we are unboxing and taking a first look at the navy blue Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6, and we're also going to do some comparisons to last year's Galaxy Z Fold 5. We're going to check out the differences in audio. I'm really interested to see if we have improved speakers this year. We're also going to check out the 1750 nits versus 2600 nits screen brightness. We're also going to check out how much of an improvement we're going to have with the typing experience on the cover screen since it's a little bit wider. And we're also going to check out the media consumption capabilities of the Z Fold 6 as it compares to the 5 and also the S24 Ultra, so you can tell if the bigger screen actually makes a big difference. What we won't be covering in this video is AI. We'll be covering that in a separate video because I really feel like most of the videos I'm seeing for the Fold 6 really focus on the AI stuff, and I want this video to be a little bit different. So today we're going to focus on the physical differences. All right, enough rambling. Let's get it unboxed. Z Fold 6 in navy blue. I am super excited for this color. All right, here we go. All right, front and center. Let's pop the box off. Wow, look at that color. Holy moly. Let's get the star of the show out of the box right up front. Look at this navy blue. Look at that. Let's get this whole screen protector thing off here. All right. How nice to see it with hardly any crease at first. You can barely feel that. But let's get back to this navy blue. Wow, this is probably my favorite Z Fold color of all time. I've had every Fold since the 3. I am loving this color. Matte finish, no gloss whatsoever. And I'm really liking the matching side rails, which have just a little bit of a gloss hint to it, but it's still a matte finish as well. The other thing I'm noticing too is the device folds completely flat, of which I can't say for my Z Fold 5 since day one. We're at about 178, 179 degrees instead of the full 180. If I push my thumbs in though, I can get it to 180. But yeah, it looks like we're sitting at 180 degrees here right out of the box of the Z Fold 6. All right, let's cover the bottom now. We have our speaker grill, we have our mic input, USB-C. We're gonna go around to the sides. You can see here we have our power and volume rockers, all right, and our antenna section. Up top, we have our other speaker grill and microphones, as well as the antenna bands. I kind of wish they were the same color as the navy blue, but that's fine. It's okay, it doesn't distract. And then we have our SIM area right here. And we do have the SIM ejection tool and the USB-C cable in the box. I'm not even gonna bother showing them. First things first, the obvious difference is we have the squared off corners instead of the round corners here that we're used to seeing on the Z Fold 5. Another thing that's quickly noticeable is just how much thinner the Z Fold 6 is. Look at that. I mean, just look at that. Look at them butted up next to each other. I mean, that is a nice difference, and it is definitely noticeable in hand. Again, I'm loving the matte rails. I do not like these glossy things here shining. Now, as far as the weight goes, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit lighter this year. Honestly, I don't really feel the difference in the weight. I feel the difference in the thinness. That's what I'm feeling. I can definitely feel that right away, but the weight, I honestly don't really notice it. Let's go over to camera bumps real quick. Let's get these in light. Truth be told, I kind of like last year's camera bump a little better, if you want to call it a camera bump. I'm not really sure what the purpose is of these little ring things around the camera lenses. They look kind of interesting. I'm not necessarily hating on them or anything, but I like the clean look of this. I'm a more minimalistic type of guy. I definitely like minimalism, and this is a more minimalistic look. I'm not sure why they did this, but anyways, that's the camera rings. No real difference in the cameras this year, unfortunately, but I do think it looks more aesthetically pleasing having this boxed off design instead of these rounded corners. It always made this seem like the phone wasn't even or something, you know? Like this side of the device is a little bit different than this side of the device on the Fold 5. We come over here to the Fold 6. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot. And if we look real closely here at the camera bumps, it looks like the Z Fold 6 camera bump might stick out just a tad bit more than the 5. Really hard to tell. I mean, they're very similar, but I'd say it sticks out just a tad bit more. So my first impressions before we fire this up, get all my stuff transferred over, and we start comparing the audio and video and stuff, it does look like a nice upgrade. I mean, I'm starting to feel the weight difference a little bit, but it's really the thinness, just how much thinner it is. I mean, it is noticeable in hand. Here it is folded up next to each other. I know we're showing just a lot of different shots here, but I know this is kind of important for those of you that are maybe looking to upgrade from the 5 to the 6 and you really want to see it detailed and up close. So yeah, look at that thinness difference. Look at that, it is pretty substantial. So let me go ahead and get this powered up. I'll get everything transferred over from the 5 and let's start doing some tests. All right, we are back, and I've got the Z Fold 6 all set up. Everything copied over from my Z Fold 5 with Samsung Smart Switch. That was super easy to do. And after using the Z Fold 6 for the last 2 to 3 hours, I've come to the conclusion that I owe all of you an apology. So about a month ago, I put out a video called Everything We Know So Far About the Galaxy Z Fold 6. And in that video, I basically spent about 8 or 9 minutes bashing on this phone. Basically letting you all know that if you have the Z Fold 5, you would be crazy to upgrade to the 6 because we have the same cameras, same battery, same charging speed, pretty much the same width of the screen. It's like the dumbest upgrade ever. And I literally spent 8 or 9 minutes bashing on it. I lost a few subscribers, but I stood behind that video because I really thought the Z Fold 6 was a dumb upgrade. And truth be told, if I didn't have a YouTube channel, there would have been no way in heck that I would have upgraded from the 5 to the 6. And after having this device in my hand for the last 2 or 3 hours, I was wrong. I was terribly wrong. If you're a Z Fold 5 owner and you have a few dollars in your pocket to burn, absolutely upgrade to the 6. No joke at all. The reason being is this device feels completely different in the hands. It's not even about the tech specs. Normally for me it is. I'm a tech guy. I care about what's inside the hardware. I never care about aesthetics much. I really don't. I have a change of heart when it comes to this one though. This device feels so flippin' premium in your hands. It's not even comparable to the Z Fold 5. And I know, because I've had all these foldables since the 3. By far and away, from a year-to-year upgrade, this is the one that's most noticeable in the hands. The thing that I notice the most, and you know, I'm keeping the shots real close here. I want you guys to see these devices real close, real tight. The thing is it feels like I'm holding a slab phone instead of a foldable, like when I'm holding the 5. This thing feels so much bigger, and you feel this indentation here so much more on the 5 that the 6 really feels like you're kind of holding like an S23 or something. It really feels like a totally different phone. I also mentioned in the beginning of the video that I didn't notice the weight difference much. Boy, was I wrong about that as well. Once I put both phones in each of my pockets, one side was definitely weighing down more than the other. It's definitely noticeable, especially when you have it folded up like this. Night and day difference. And I know that's not going to come through on video, and I know you may be thinking, man, this guy's so full of crap. What are you talking about, dude? But do keep in mind, I have nothing to gain whatsoever by saying these words. There's no links down in the description for you to click. I don't gain anything by you buying the Fold 6, keeping your Fold 5. So my opinions are just my opinions, and I'm being very genuine. I am loving the Fold 6. Besides the reduction in weight, the thinness, and the overall more premium feel of the Z Fold 6, the other thing I'm liking a lot is using the front cover screen. So I mentioned towards the beginning of the video that both devices are pretty much the same width. And they really are. You see here that the Z Fold 6, you know, it's a little bit wider, but the real difference comes in usable screen real estate. So I went ahead and switched both devices to light mode so we can see the white real easily. The white part's the only part that matters. Everything else is just bezels and the exterior of the devices. We only care about the white. And as you can see here, it looks like the Z Fold 6 is just a hair bit taller as far as usable screen real estate goes. However, when we stack both devices next to each other and we line up the white part of the screen on the left side, you will see that the Z Fold 6 is actually considerably wider as far as usable screen real estate goes. The leaks and rumors all pointed to 2.8 millimeters, and that's pretty darn close. I'm measuring roughly 2.7 to 2.8. I don't have anything that can get that precise, but yeah, it looks like it's right on the money. And as you can see here, as we have both keyboards top aligned, you see how the top of the keyboards are perfectly lined up horizontally. We see here that the Z Fold 6 keyboard goes down quite a bit further than the Z Fold 5. And we can also see that the number row kind of starts out even with each other, but then the spacing of the keys and the size of the keys is greater on the Z Fold 6. And what that equates to is a much easier typing experience. I am really liking this a lot more than any other foldable device up to this point. So let's go ahead and move on with testing. You're going to notice that everything looks really weird right now. That's because I have my ISO dropped down. All the settings are locked on my camera. And what we're going to do is we're going to test the max brightness indoors, and we're going to head outdoors and check it there as well. So let's go ahead and mimic a bright outside situation. We're going to put a bright light on top of our proximity sensor. That's going to bump our adaptive brightness all the way up on our Z Fold 5. All right, let's do the same for the 6. Give it just a moment. This brightness will start dipping down, but we can manually move it back up. It's not a problem. Just keep watching. Look at that. Let's go ahead and bump this up. If I can do it with my left hand there. There's your difference in brightness. All right, it's 107 degrees out in California right now. I can't even see my viewfinder because it's so bright. I can just tell the devices are on screen. Z Fold 5 on the left, Z Fold 6 on the right. Looking from a distance, I can definitely tell the Z Fold 6 is a lot brighter. I have no idea how this is looking on camera. It is super bright out here. All right, cool. Let's head indoors. All right, time for the audio comparison. We've got the Rode Wireless Pro here. Might not be picking up my voice so well because it's usually on my chest. The cool thing about these foldables is you can get your chapters and all that stuff right here on the right-hand side. Pretty sweet. We've got Dolby Atmos turned on. Volume's going to be bumped all the way up. Let's double check on that. We're good to go.
Just when it's over. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame, cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stop, never changed, all the squad here to play, and I've got something to say.
It cleans up if you
I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say, I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make.
You wait for the music to drop.
Flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say.
All right, that's a Z Fold 5. All right, same deal for the Z Fold 6. Max volume, Dolby Atmos turned on. More bass. You can already tell. More bass.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame, cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed, all the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say, I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
Sounds good. All right, I have no idea how well my wireless microphone is going to pick all that up, but I can tell you that the Z Fold 6 has more bass. It's a little more full sounding. However, I do think the Z Fold 5 is just a hair louder, and it could be because it has so much more treble. Like I noticed this is a little more subdued, a little more natural sounding. I definitely prefer the audio on the Z Fold 6 over the Z Fold 5, though no complaints. This is great. I mean, really, don't upgrade for the sound. That's for sure. There's not that big a difference. But it is fuller, a little bit more bass. Another difference that we can easily check on right away is the crease. Pardon the fingerprints and all that good stuff. I'm not going to clean them because I want you to see what these screens are like when you're using them. This is what you can expect. A lot of fingerprints on both devices, for sure. I will say the crease looks less prominent. Look at that on the 5. That looks terrible. Let's go over to the 6. Definitely more manageable. The thing that I noticed really, let's see if we can get a better view right here. I'm gonna get you a bunch of views. If you look at it from here, you don't notice the crease really at all. Just a little bit on the 5. And we go over here to the 6. When you look at it from this way, you don't notice it on the 6 at all. And the thing that I notice is when you're rubbing your finger over it, it is much less pronounced. I'd say by about 50%. So it's still there. You're going to notice the crease. It hasn't gone away. I'm not trying to BS or anything. There's definitely still a crease. You can see it. It's right there. But it is not near as pronounced. It doesn't feel like a hill. You know, we go over and compare it to the Z Fold 5, it feels like you're kind of dipping into a hill right there. You know, almost like going into a ravine. So definitely an improvement on the Crease. I don't know if others have talked about it. I've been busy preparing for a family move, so honestly, I've been keeping up with the other videos out there. But in my own observations, I noticed quite a bit less of a crease, about 50% less, especially when you fill it. All right, now we're going to go ahead and proceed with a series of video playback tests, and we're also going to include the S24 Ultra at times. That way you get a good idea of which one of these devices is going to give you the best media consumption experience. So you can see here, we have the Fold 5 on the left, Fold 6 on the right. I always put the oldest devices on the left in all my videos. You're going to notice right off the bat, with the Z Fold 6 in portrait mode here, we have more viewable video area. Look at the videos right next to each other. The Fold 6 is showing a larger video compared to the Z Fold 5. Absolutely fantastic. That's a win. That's a definite win. We now switch to the front cover display. Again, we're in portrait mode, and please do observe that we have the same condition. We look here and we can see that the viewable real estate of the video is actually substantially larger here on the Z Fold 6 than the Z Fold 5. Again, this is a nice improvement. Very nice. Was not expecting this. All right, again, we're looking at content on the front cover screen, this time in landscape mode without pinching into zoom. Keep in mind, you can do that on both devices, so we're not going to compare that because you can kind of finagle that however you want. But in the default viewing configuration, 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, again, we see we have a substantially larger video playing down on the Z Fold 6 compared to the Z Fold 5. This is really looking great. All right, now we have both devices in landscape mode with our main inner display. And here you can see on both devices, the video playback, it looks to me to be pretty much exactly the same. So in all these other configurations, we're getting more viewable video screen real estate on the Z Fold 6, except in this one configuration where it's a tie. So for media consumption, we are seeing some remarkable improvements with the Z Fold 6. Now let's do some comparisons with the S24 Ultra against the Z Fold 6. So here we are, looking at landscape mode on the S24 Ultra, landscape mode on the Z Fold 6. You see we do have a considerably larger video here playing on the Z Fold 6. So if you're trying to get the most screen real estate for videos and you want to see the most, the Z Fold 6 is going to do it for you. The same holds true when you go into a portrait configuration. We can see here we have an enormous screen real estate compared to what we have here on the S24 Ultra. If we put both devices in portrait mode, where we have our comments and all that underneath, again, we have a lot more real estate for our videos here with the Z Fold 6. You're going to get a lot more content on your screen. With the Z Fold 6 folded up, where we're using the outer cover screen, you can see that the S24 Ultra is now a little bit bigger than the Z Fold 6. It's not a huge difference, but it's there. You know, you definitely get a little bit more with the S24 Ultra if you're wanting to watch videos on your cover screen. And this is what content's going to look like if you flip your cover screen into landscape mode and you watch your S24 Ultra in landscape mode. Again, more real estate here on the S24 Ultra. Not a huge difference, not as much as we see with using the main inner display versus this one. But yeah, you're going to get more by default with the S24 Ultra. I think that covers up all our different viewing positions for watching content. I mean, all in all, in my limited time with the Z Fold 6, I am really happy with this device. Much more than I thought I was going to be. Really mean that too. I can't express that enough. This device is surprising me. Very refined. I'm liking it a lot. We're going to have a lot more comparison videos with the device coming up. We'll also have our normal tips and tricks and all that good stuff. If you have any questions or comments about this navy blue Galaxy Z Fold 6, please drop them down in the comments section below. I really do appreciate your time. Thanks for watching.